Dark psychology. This isn't about the healthy art of persuasion or inspiring someone to achieve their best. This is about understanding the deliberate application of psychological principles to influence, control, or exploit others in ways that are unethical, harmful, and ultimately self-serving. My purpose today is not to arm you with tools for manipulation, but to empower you with knowledge for discernment and self-preservation. In our complex, interconnected world, recognizing these tactics is a vital form of self-defense. Part 1. Defining the dark, intent and impact. At its core, dark psychology investigates the psychological levers used to bypass genuine consent and manipulate vulnerabilities. The dark lies purely in the intent. To benefit oneself at the expense of another's well-being, autonomy, or resources. It's a win-lose scenario, where the manipulator gains and the target loses. This contrasts sharply with ethical influence, which aims for mutual benefit, transparency, and respect. Dark psychology, conversely, relies on manipulation, skillfully twisting perceptions, emotions, or behaviors through indirect or deceptive means. Coercion, using overt or subtle pressure, threats, or intimidation to force compliance. Deception, deliberately misleading others through lies, omissions, or misrepresentations to gain an advantage. Exploitation, coldly identifying and leveraging another person's weaknesses, insecurities, fears, or genuine needs for personal gain. Understanding this intent is the first step in spotting its presence. Part 2. The arsenal of manipulation, tactics, and their psychological hooks. Individuals employing dark psychology don't just act randomly. They use calculated tactics that exploit fundamental aspects of human cognition and emotion. These tactics often work by targeting our innate cognitive biases, the mental shortcuts our brains take that can be exploited. Let's break down some key tools in their arsenal. Gaslighting. This is perhaps one of the most insidious tactics. It's a psychological assault where the manipulator systematically makes you doubt your own memory, perception, or sanity. They deny events, contradict facts, or subtly alter reality, leading you to question your own judgment, memory, and sense of self. It leverages our natural desire for cognitive consistency, making us internalize their warped reality rather than trust our own. Love bombing. Often seen at the start of manipulative relationships, this involves overwhelming you with excessive affection, attention, compliments, and praise. It rapidly creates a powerful, often addictive, emotional bond and sense of dependency, making you feel incredibly special and indebted, thus lowering your guards for future manipulation. Guilt tripping and the silent treatment. These tactics leverage your emotional connections. Guilt tripping manipulates you by making you feel responsible for their problems or negative feelings, often by subtly portraying themselves as the victim. The silent treatment, conversely, uses deliberate non-communication as a form of punishment or control, creating anxiety, fear of abandonment, and a desperate desire for reconciliation on their terms. Both exploit our innate need for connection and harmony. Projection and triangulation. Projection is when the manipulator attributes their own undesirable traits, feelings, or actions to you. A dishonest person might accuse you of lying. This deflects blame and subtly undermines your credibility to others. Triangulation involves introducing a third party, real or imagined, into a dynamic to create jealousy, competition, or insecurity. This can be used to control the primary target by making them feel they need to compete for the manipulator's attention or approval, exploiting our fear of exclusion. Exploiting vulnerabilities. This is the direct, cold calculation. Manipulators actively seek out and capitalize on your known weaknesses, insecurities, fears, or even your deepest desires, like a need for approval, love, or financial stability. They tailor their approach to your specific buttons, leveraging your human needs against you. Coercive control. Beyond individual tactics, This is a pattern of pervasive behaviors designed to systematically dominate and control another person. It includes isolating you from support networks, controlling your finances, constant surveillance, intimidation, and gradual degradation of your self-worth. It's a slow, deliberate erosion of your autonomy, making escape incredibly difficult. These tactics work because they prey on our universal human biases, our need for social belonging, our desire for consistency, our susceptibility to authority, and our tendency to confirm existing beliefs. Part 3. The Profiles. Understanding the Dark Triad Traits. While not everyone employing dark psychology tactics necessarily has a diagnosable personality disorder, the consistent use of such behaviors is often linked to traits known as the Dark Triad, Machiavellianism. These individuals are cunning, strategic, and often cynical. They are masters of manipulation, seeing others as pawns in their game to achieve self-interest, often with little to no moral qualms. Narcissism, characterized by grandiosity, arrogance, an excessive need for admiration, and crucially, a profound lack of empathy. They use others to feed their inflated self-image and react poorly to criticism. Psychopathy, defined by impulsivity, antisocial behavior, superficial charm, and a stark absence of empathy or remorse. These individuals can be highly manipulative and exploitative because they don't experience guilt or concern for their victims.
Recognizing these underlying traits, even if subclinical, can help you understand the driving force behind the manipulative behavior. Part 4. Recognizing the red flags. Beyond the tactics, how you feel. Beyond memorizing tactics, the most crucial defense is tuning into your own internal alarm system. Look for these red flags in relationships and interactions. Your intuition. Does something consistently feel off or uneasy in their presence? Don't dismiss your gut feeling.
Constant confusion and self-doubt. Do you frequently feel confused, question your own memory, or find yourself constantly apologizing, even when you're not sure why? Emotional exhaustion and drain. Do you feel emotionally drained, depleted, or anxious after interactions with them? Isolation. Are you subtly or overtly being pulled away from your support system of friends and family? Inconsistencies. Do their words rarely match their actions? Do their stories change, or do they contradict themselves often? Lack of empathy. Do they show a consistent disregard for your feelings, needs, or boundaries? Do they rationalize or dismiss your pain? Conditional affection. Do they withdraw affection, approval, or communication when you don't comply with their wishes? Part 5. Fortifying your mind. Strategies for defense. Knowing is power, but applying that knowledge is where your strength truly lies. Here are crucial strategies to protect yourself. Cultivate radical self-awareness. Understand your own vulnerabilities, emotional triggers, and core values. The more you know yourself, the harder it is for someone else to exploit your weaknesses. Establish and enforce firm boundaries. Clearly define what you will and will not tolerate. Communicate these boundaries assertively and consistently. Manipulators test boundaries. Your consistency is your shield. Practice emotional detachment. Learn not to react impulsively to their provocations, guilt trips, or compliments. Respond, don't react. A calm, measured response often disarms a manipulator. Verify and validate your reality. Don't let someone else define your reality. If you doubt your memory or perception, discreetly verify facts or discuss events with trusted, objective third parties. Strengthen your support system. Maintain strong connections with friends, family, or mentors who can offer objective perspectives and emotional support. Manipulators thrive on isolation, so resist it fiercely. Develop assertive communication. Learn to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly, directly, and respectfully. This empowers you and disarms passive-aggressive tactics. Document and observe patterns, especially in persistent or severe cases, e.g., workplace abusive relationships. Keep a private record of incidents dates, and specific manipulative behaviors. This helps you see patterns and validates your experience. Limit or cut contact. When manipulation is persistent and harmful, reducing or completely eliminating contact is often the healthiest and safest path for your well-being. This might mean setting strict communication rules, or in severe cases, ending the relationship. Seek professional guidance. If you're struggling to cope with manipulative dynamics or their psychological impact, a therapist or counselor can provide invaluable tools, strategies, and support. Conclusion: empowerment through awareness. Understanding. Dark psychology is not about becoming cynical or distrustful of everyone. It's about becoming discerning. It's about differentiating between genuine influence built on mutual respect and manipulative tactics designed to control. In our bustling world, knowing these patterns safeguards your emotional and psychological well-being. Your peace of mind, your autonomy, and your self-worth are invaluable. By recognizing the shadows, you empower yourself to step into the light, protecting your personal space and fostering relationships built on trust, integrity, and genuine connection. Be aware, be discerning, and above all, be kind to yourself.